Hi guys, my name is Nonema Dikela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about when the foundation is rotten, what justice demands now. Senzo Meyiwa trial. There comes a time or there comes a moment in every broken case when the question is no longer who pulled the trigger, but rather, can this court still deliver justice at all? Because when the foundation is rotten, no verdict built on it can stand. Not a guilty one, not an acquittal, not even a truthful one. And that is where the Senzo Meyiwa trial is now. That's where it is standing now. Firstly, justice is not built at trial. Courts do not manufacture truth, they inherit it. By the time a judge enters the courtroom, the case has already been shaped by early scene control, investigative decision, witness selection, docket construction. Trial is not excavation, it is inspection. And if what arrives is compromised, the court cannot purify it with a procedure. That is the first hard truth that we need to swallow. Secondly, when contamination is structural, not accidental, this case is no longer about a missed photography, a sloppy officer, a confused witness. It is about a system dissertation where one version is elevated, another is buried, and witnesses are stabilized around the surviving narrative. That is not a mistake, that is architecture. And once the architecture is flawed, you don't patch it, you demolish it. Thirdly, the limit of human testimony. Inside the house, witnesses like Tumelo Madlala did not design this failure. They are products of it. Human memory under trauma is fragile. Human survival instincts are powerful. Human alignment with authority is predictable. The law knows this. That is why courts are warned. Do not place constitutional weight on contaminated recollection. When they do, they gamble with legitimacy itself. Point number 4, what appeal courts actually care about. Appeal courts are not emotional. They are not moved by tragedy. They are not impressed by confidence. They ask 3 brutal questions. 1, was the accused tried on the full evidential landscape? 2, were alternative versions reasonably excluded or merely omitted? 3, can the conviction be said to be safe? If the answer is to any of one is no, the conviction dies. If the answer to anyone is no, the conviction dies. Not because the accused are innocent, but because the process was untrustworthy. Point number 5, the second docket truth. A justice system cannot pretend that suppressed parts never existed. The mere existence of alternative investigative conclusion changes the constitution terrain. It introduces reasonable doubt, selective prosecution concerns, disclosure, failure, credibility, inflation. Courts do not ask whether the second path was correct. They ask, why was the court denied the opportunity to see it? That question alone is leather. Point number 6, when continuing the trial becomes the injustice. There is a point where pressing on does not serve justice, it stimulates it. Where the ritual continues, witnesses testify, lawyers argue, records grow thicker, but the outcome is already poisoned. At that point, the bravest act is not perseverance, it is intervention, which is something that is supposed to be done when it comes to the Senzo Meyiwa matter, but no one is acting on it. Point number 7, what justice actually demands now. Justice does not demand a convenient conviction, a face-saving acquittal, or a symbolic ending. Justice demands institutional honesty, forensic humility, and procedural courage. Sometimes that means restarting investigations, reopening disclosure, acknowledging failure publicly. That is not weakness, that is constitutional strength. Point number 8, Senzo Meyiwa deserves more than a verdict. Senzo deserves more than a story that merely survives scrutiny, a verdict that limps across appeal, a truth filtered for convenience. He deserves a process so clean that no one needs to defend it afterwards. Because justice that cannot withstand the daylight is not justice, it is performance. And that is exactly what we see when it comes to the Meyiwa matter here in this courtroom. That is exactly what we see every day. Performance. Performance is what we see every day. When foundations rot, walls don't crack immediately. They stand, they impress, they intimidate, until one day they collapse and take credibility with them. The question now is not what verdict will the court deliver. It is, will the justice system choose truth over pride before the collapse chooses for it? Will they do that to Judge Rata? Will the justice system choose the truth over pride before the collapse chooses for it? That's the Senzo Meyiwa trial right now, where it stands with so many questions, so many uncertainty, etc., etc. But the truth is facing these people that the 5 men that are there are being framed for something that they did not do, for something that they did not do. Are they innocent, some of them in other spheres? No, they are not. They are serving for their time, paying their dues to community. But what South Africans are not interested in is handpicked people to come and serve as guinea pigs for something that they did not do. That they refuse. That's what South Africans are fighting against. They are fighting against someone being framed for something they did not do and make it to be acceptable. South Africans are not for that. They can't. They can't. And I'm going to do another video for today, the last one, where we are going to talk about what happens in appeal cases or appeal memorandums. What do they look like? Where we are going to check neutrality, neutral language, citation ready, judge, all of those things that what could happen in this case going forward. Whatever happens, you know, Judge Rata always say that if this case goes somewhere, yeah, we're going to check out what happens if it goes somewhere else. We're going to check that out. Sorry, anyway, guys, that is Tumelo Madlala's evidence. And I want to hear from you. What do you think about Tumelo? Tumelo is a friend to Senzo. Tumelo is someone who grew up with Senzo. Tumelo is someone who became so emotional in that courtroom because Isazela asemsabi umnikazi. Tumelo was someone that was so, in fact, I think even now, he is still an angry man. He is angry for what reason? For whatever reason he is angry for, but he is an angry person. He's very, very much angry. And if why he is angry, only him can answer that. We can't answer that for him. But he is an angry man. He's very, very angry. And it's not even funny, Shem. He is very angry. Whether at himself or at someone or at people, but he is. I remember when he was busy giving his testimony, whenever Kenny's name was mentioned, he will go mad. He will go mad. The way he showed some disapproval and disrespect towards Kenny's name, there was a lot that was going on. But it is what it is. I want to hear from you. Drop your comments in the comment section. Let's have a discussion. Tell me, what are your thoughts about Tumelo Madlala? What do you think of him? Do you think, because I remember Usfiso Meyiwa feels sorry for Tumelo. As much as he lost his brother and he loves his brother dearly, but he feels so sorry for Tumelo. It's like Tumelo to him is a former version of himself after what happened to Senzo. Something happened, something changed, something shifted according to how Sifiso will articulate Tumelo's Tonton. It's like something shifted, something changed, something big happened to Tumelo, and he really worried for Tumelo, which makes them quite a family. They are good people, I must say, because it doesn't sound like Sifiso is mad at Utumelo, but rather very worried for him. Anyway, let's talk with comment section. I want to hear your views. Thank you so much. And I want to see you on our next video. Please make sure you do not forget to like, to share, to comment, and most importantly, please make sure you are subscribed on the channel. Please make sure you are watching the videos up until the end, and you are watching the ads that are coming through. When you are doing that, you'll visit this channel financially and in numbers. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you. Bye-bye.